Hello everybody, hope you're well. Right then, got a question for you. What have Oasis tickets and labourers got in common? Anybody? I'll tell you. I want two of each and I've got neither. 15 years I've been waiting for them to get back together and they cock it up within the first 5 minutes. Anyway, you're not here for that. Labourers. Isaac, as you'll know from previous episodes, fair play to him, he's only a 15-year-old lad, giving us a hand over his holidays. He's been on holiday himself, he's back to school, all that's coming up. Not a problem. Isaac, thank you very much for the help that you've given us. Now, Harry, on the other hand, my light at the end of the tunnel, he's only gone and fractured his shoulder, isn't he? Doing bloody kendo, which I've got to be honest, I thought was a number puzzle. Turns out it's a martial art. I looked it up. It's the one where they dress up as beekeepers and hit themselves with wooden broom handles, which of course they call swords. So he's out of action for the foreseeable, which leaves me to build a not insignificant extension all by myself. So I've got a bit of a week ahead of me. So yeah, there we go. Richard and Matt, as you'll know from Sunday's episode, are well embedded in another job at the moment, so they can't just leave that. Speaking of Sunday's episode, am I alone in thinking that Richard has started wearing contact lenses? What do you reckon? There's a certain glimmer in those eyes, isn't there? I'll get to the bottom of it. Something's gone on. Yeah, so I'm going to get over there now. I'm going to start. I'm going to try my best. And yeah, got to tap into a bit of, going to get some hard work done. Bloody hell, that was close. Right, let's get on with it. Right then, blocks have been delivered. Thank you very much to Bear Builders, and I'm sorry. All right, I'm very sorry. Don't know what I mean. Underneath our tarpaulin there are the lintels that I went and collected yesterday, so we're good to go in that front. Insulation, all that is here as well. As you've seen from that bit of time lapse there, all this is now up to scaffold. I've loaded out inside as well. I've even got loaded some of the blocks that Bear Builders delivered down there, so we're good to go in that respect. So now, after a bit of a long day, compo, I'll go and get that tomorrow morning, and then we've got no excuses now. We can crack on and get this up as far as I possibly can, and then we are back on our scaffold over here, putting as many lintels on as I possibly can. So we're going to go for it. Just received a text message, bad news, bad news. I'm going to share it with you after a little short video regarding this episode's sponsor. Now, I don't like big bulky wallets, which is why I absolutely love this beautifully designed slimline aluminium card case by Exca. Ready? Oh, you gotta love that. Up to 6 cards in the main compartment with an optional additional 6 cards at the back. Now, if you do put your cards at the back or you put them in the middle, it doesn't matter. It is completely safe from external scanning, which means your money is completely safe when it's within the confines of one of those little bad boys. Now, if you're more of a traditionalist when it comes to your wallets, don't worry, Exca has got you covered. Not the only colour that they do. Go on their website, a link to which is in the description to this video, all will be revealed. Again, it's got the 6-card card holder, but what this has got, and it's compatible with the card holder as well, is this. You know what that is? That is a credit card sized tracker, which means that Esca do wallets and card holders that are completely trackable, links to an app on your phone, compatible with both Android and iPhone. And this thing is great. You misplace your wallet, you go on the app on your phone, look on the map, it'll tell you exactly where it is. If you know that your wallet's in your house somewhere but you can't find it, or it's in the car, you press a button on the phone and this thing will start singing to you. Follow the noise, you find your wallet. But what I also love about it, it works both ways. If your wallet can also find your phone, you press the button on there twice and your phone starts to ring. And I'm going to demonstrate that later on in the video. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, how long does it last, the battery? Because, you know, how'd you plug it in? Solar powered. 2 hours in the sun, 3 months charge. That is fantastic. Go on the website, as I say, the link to which is in the description. They've got a 25% off back to work sale on at the moment. And if you put in builders as a promo code at checkout, you get an additional 5%. As I say, I'll be demonstrating a bit more about these later on in the video. But for now, let's get back to that bad news. And the bad news is that Harry will not be joining us again. That's it. It's a wrap from Harry. Not just because of his shoulder. He wants to be a carpenter, so he's gone to college and enrolled in a carpentry apprenticeship. And for that, he's got to be at college 3 days a week initially, and then on site the other 2 days. But to make himself more appealing to companies looking to take on apprenticeships, or apprentices, I should say, he's better off being unemployed, apparently. So he's had to jack in with me to make himself more appealing going forward with that, which is fair enough. This was always the case. It's just his shoulder has brought it all to a bit of a premature end, which is a shame. But there we go. So we wish Harry all the best for the future. No doubt he'll be back at some point. He'll be back helping us out weekends or something. Who knows, eh? Who knows? But Harry, mate, thank you for everything, and the best of luck going forward. Right then. So speaking of going forward, let's cut to tomorrow when we've got some mortar on the boards and we're actually building summits again. Right then, it's the following day from the time lapse that you've just seen, and I stayed late last night to get the external blockwork wall up on the far side, simply because we've been promised that the scaffolders are going to turn up this week, but they didn't give us a day, so I thought I'll do it now just in case they turn up tomorrow. Well, today is tomorrow, if that makes any sense, and guess what? They've turned up, so it's a good job I did. That's paid off, a little gamble. Although it has just started to rain, so they might dissolve, you never know. Hashtag pray for scaffolders. So I will leave them to it, and we'll go back and show you what all that time lapse was about a little bit later on in the episode. But right now, I'll keep out their way, and we're going to make an amendment to a reveal and get a lintel on, first one of the job. Well, them skies don't look very nice, and I've got a horrible feeling that's going to become a familiar sight. Anyway, we move on. The offending article. The customer wants this window narrowed a little bit, simply because then the reveal becomes bigger, and then that helps with his kitchen design in terms of what size cupboards he can have, and blah de blah de blah. So I've just zipped them out with the steel saw. I wore full PP and everything, but you just have to imagine this. And it's just a case of basically the cut that comes out gets planted onto there, and then that cut being made bigger accordingly. And there we go. And then we're going to have 2 course on top. We've just worked it out. We reckon for now we're going to go 2 course on top of that of bricks, then the lintel. Obviously the internal's got to be done as well. Yeah, and then lintel, and then, you know, away we go. So I'll get that done and then we'll have a look. Right then, got to be quick here because the weather's took a turn for the worse and I want to cover everything back up. Got that lintel on. Didn't film it, 2 reasons. Yes, it's pouring down the rain, all the equipment gets wet, and secondly, I think I broke every manual handling and health and safety law there is in getting it up here. That is heavy. This is for me anyway. How heavy is it? We're going to be embarrassing this, isn't it? 56 kilograms, doesn't sound, 56, yeah, 56. Doesn't sound a lot, does it? It's a lot for me though. Anyway, it's up, it's on, it's level. We'll go into do's and don'ts in terms of installing lintels in the next episode when we'll be installing more of them. This being toothed out, it's not a no-no as such. If you want to put a doorway in the middle of a wall, it's got to be done, hasn't it? But you'll always, well, the reason why it's frowned upon, because you'll always have trouble getting the compo or your mortar, whatever you want to call it, into these bits here where your new bit goes into the toothed out old bit. That's always the weak point. That's why a lot of people don't like to do it, especially on site. So what I've done is packed it as much as I can and put a wall tie in every course just to give it that extra bit of strength. Right then, scaffolders have gone. Let's go and see what they've done. I'll cover this up and we'll go over there. Right, okie dokie. It's got the S in up here, ready to cover up. Excellent, beautiful. Right, hard work that was. Labouring for myself doing all that, but anyway, it's done now, and now we're up. So there we go. Oh yeah, I thought I'd show you this. I left this on the wall. I'll tell you why in a second. If ever there was a tool that does its job, that is it. Insulation knife for, well, self-explanatory really, isn't it? It's basically a double-sided, well, 3-sided I suppose, with a point at the end. A 3-sided bread knife. However, it is incredibly sharp. It's already got me twice. It cut me when I took it out the packaging for it, but it's I've had a little while now, and it is yeah, excellent. But my advice to you is, if you're going to buy one, don't keep it in your tool bag, because you don't want to put your hand in your tool bag to get some of it out, because you will cut yourself. So leave it out somewhere out the way. Anyway, there we go. Right, well, I'm glad that, oh, right. Well, I wouldn't say that they're 100% finished. Anyway, that's not going to hold me up today, because I am off. And to that end, I think we shall leave the episode there. Right then, a wet end to the day. I think I did all right really, being I'm on my own. Got up to scaffold, ready for the scaffolders, only just. But there we have it, so it's onwards and upwards now. There's not a lot of work there to do really, in terms of brickwork. It's only on a bit that was scaffolded today. I think it's only 4 course complete. It's a hipped roof, that is. So that's that, and it's wall plate. And then the bit on the side, most of that's up, really. Just got to get the lintels on. If they come, I've got most of them, not all of them. But if they turn up, we'll get them on, and all that will be in the next episode. And the scaffolders weren't the only people to turn up today. The bloke who emptied a septic tank did as well, and he introduced himself, asked me if I wouldn't mind moving my van. I said, "You taking the piss?" And he did not find it funny. Oh man, I've done some backpedaling in my time, but that's up there with the best of them, it really is. I think I forwarded him out towards the end. But yeah, a lesson learned in knowing your audience. Sorry mate, if you're watching. We are at the Coventry, the Pro Builder magazine Coventry Tool Fair this coming Friday, the 13th, Friday the 13th, unlucky for some. As punters, we know it's not a special appearance or anything like that, Jesus. Let's not get carried away. But if you're there, come and say hello. And I like Peroni. Do you others like fruit shoots? So just so you know, and big thank you to Exca for sponsoring this video. A few sponsors here and there just means that we haven't got put adverts littered throughout any of our videos, which is always good. And I did promise you a demonstration into their tracker. Gotta love that. Gotta. Beautiful. The tracker in the card holder goes at the back. This is it. As I say, it's solar powered. I left it on the dashboard for a couple of hours, whatever sunshine we have had today. Here we go. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Love it. And obviously your phone finds that as well. That starts singing to you. Brilliant. Thanks again, Exca. All details are in the description. Right then, until next time, take care.